Hello, this is Heisenberg here to review the Mattel Yvonne Craig Batgirl action figure. This was a 2015 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive item sold at the convention and also sold online at ToysRUs for about a day. It cost $20. It's part of a series of toys based on the 1966 Batman TV show. So here are most of the toys in the series, though not quite all of them. And the series as a whole of toys I like quite a bit. These are about 6-inch figures with a lot of articulation. And I think especially the villains, I think capture the actors from the show extremely well. So I like how these look. So unfortunately, I'm actually a bit disappointed in the Batgirl figure in that it doesn't really remind me of Yvonne very much, and at least the one I got seems a bit sloppily made. So as a reminder, this is Yvonne Craig as Batgirl from the TV show. So here's the Mattel figure. So look at her upper lip, for example. It has a little splatter of paint, which I think is unfortunate, on mine at least. And then the cowl I think is not quite the right color. It's a little too light. The cape around her neck is a little too thick. This Batgirl logo is too big. The color of her costume is a little too dark. There's these vertical lines on her torso that are not on the costume in the show. It does have a little bit of a glitter to it, though I think it should have a little more glitter. I do like the boots. And here's the side view. I think even this bullet bra is not quite accurate. I do like these gloves, how the gloves look and how the belt looks. I like that it's a cloth cape. As we'll see later, the stitching on mine is a bit sloppy. The cape is yellow on one side, purple on the other, but on mine you get some of the purple stitching on the yellow side of it. So this is also what she looks like with the sort of like the cape out of the way there. And again, as a Batgirl action figure, I think it does look pretty good overall, despite the sloppiness. But it's just not, again, it just doesn't remind me of Yvonne the way I had hoped it would. So look at the right side of the cape there. It's got some purple stitching there on the yellow, here on the yellow side. It's kind of the cape kind of sticks out. Articulation, we have her head moving back and forth. Mid-torso here, mid-chest, she kind of spins all the way around. But as we'll see later, that sort of ends up giving her torso kind of an odd look to it. So she moves at the wrist, at the elbow, and at the shoulders. With the also bends at the hips there. So the legs don't kick up quite as high as I was hoping. So you can kick up a little bit, but as we'll see later, Yvonne could actually kick very high. She can almost do the splits here. There's articulation sort of mid-thigh. You can spin the legs around mid-thigh. The bends at the knees. The boots can go backwards and forwards so they don't move. Yeah, so that's Yvonne kicking very high as she did on the show during the fights. So I was curious to see, and I was hoping that so this figure could do a high kick like that too. But unfortunately, it doesn't kick high, forward at least. So then I tried to see, well, can I do kind of like a Japanese martial arts side kick? And she can do that fairly well. But again, Yvonne, that's not how Yvonne did her kicking on the show. So once again, this Batgirl can, do some action poses, just not the way Yvonne did them. So let's also compare the toy to the Julie Newmar Catwoman in the series. I think the Julie Newmar Catwoman is actually much better done. Look at the waist, for example. They gave this Catwoman a nice hourglass natural shape, but the Batgirl torso actually is kind of bulbous. It's a bit odd. Again, I think that's because they gave her, that mid-chest articulation. Now let's also compare her to some other Batgirls. Next to her is the N.J. Croce bendable Batgirl. Again, also based on Yvonne Craig. And I think that costume looks better. I think the overall physique looks better, though the face still on the NJ Croce figure does not really remind me of Yvonne. And then on the ends there are two animated Batgirls. Now, rather than spend $20 on this Mattel figure, or maybe even more on the secondary market, you might want to get one of the statues that are upcoming. So Diamond Select Toys has a $200 statue that's coming, and Tweeterhead has a $250 statue. And this Tweeterhead statue, I think the face looks very much like Yvonne. So those are some other choices. So let's also look at the box here. So I think it's a pretty nice box. It's different from the boxes that the other toys in the series came in. I'm not sure why they changed the box, but I like the sort of its cartoonish look here. But again, overall, again, I think it's a pretty good Batgirl action figure. But for a Yvonne Craig Batgirl, I'm a bit disappointed that it doesn't look more like Yvonne, that the costume doesn't look more like Yvonne's costume, and that the shape, just both the face and the physique are a bit off. So it also comes with a, as we're about to see, it also comes with a card. So they all come with a little card with a cartoon drawing. So yeah, I think the card looks okay. I like the cartoon drawing there. So again, especially if they don't sell these again, if the only way to get them is to pay a lot of money on the secondary market, again, you might be better off saving up for one of the statues. But again, that's up to you. So this is Heisenberg, hoping you enjoy your Yvonne Craig Batgirl figures.